So, I have to level with you all. I'm not really into going deep on doing bits, and I don't really do elaborate April Fool's stuff, but I wanted to do something, so I flicked the switch that replaces Leah's idle animation with caramel dancing, and we're gonna do the Christmas quest. Any questions?
Why does he look like Saitama?
Hi.
I'm sure I don't know what you're talking about. He's Holiday Man. He's on multiple recursive levels of not being somebody. So yeah, this is notionally a time-limited event. You can get this to just happen in your game if you play during the month of December. But you can also get it to happen whenever the hell you want by inputting a special code somewhere, at least on the PC version. I'm pretty sure none of that stuff exists in the console version. It's actually not really very much of a thing. It's just like one quest, and that one quest is basically just to go and talk to a bunch of people.
Is there any sort of indication as to who these people are that we're supposed to talk to?
Well, they've all got floating quest markers on them, so, you know...
Okay, that's...
You'll notice them if you ever actually run into... See, like there.
Okay, that's a lot better than it could have been.
Yes. It is a great deal better than it could have been. You will obviously notice them if you, like, spot them in the overworld or if you walk past them, but you can't always know what screen they're on, and some of them are inside, and some of them are, like, just a tiny bit out of the way. A running theme you'll notice is that almost all of them are, like, characters you might actually remember having seen. They're, like, just the NPCs who have been hanging out around the place, up on ledges, not really having anything to say. But now we can go and find all of those people and give them presents. That's pretty much it, really. Oh yeah, and there's this cave that's appeared here. I'm sure that's not gonna come up. Honestly, the actual worth of this quest is basically just to give you an excuse to go and jump on a bunch of stuff. Go and poke around the environments, scope out the jumping routes. Figure out how to get to all those places. You also get to enjoy the various reactions that these people have to this weird lady just running up and handing them stuff. Anyway, we get to go and do a bunch of these.
Hi!
I think I spied her. I do believe my pick whistled. Ah, hello.
What is this voice acting?
Ah, hello.
The what now? It's just the voice clips. Unfortunately, not everybody has them. The budget didn't really stretch that far. But a couple of characters have they do the visual novel thing where they don't read out, they don't do full line reads, they just have a couple little short barks that play every time they say a line. It's not really much of a thing, but that's what you get when you're running a game on this kind of a production scale. I got no real problem with it. Although I still think they should have given some to each of our party members. As it is, only Leah and Emily have them. yeah. Guess the game can't be perfect.
Does it say more about the fact that you get random gifts every holiday, or that you regularly have these epic stare-offs interrupted? Like, how many epic stare-offs can you really have?
I mean, what I want to know is the difficulty of an epic stare-off when you're playing Crossworlds affected by your avatar's sense settings? Like, can you totally cheat by turning down the one thing that makes your eyes start going a bit weird if you don't blink? Is there like a spicy version of the same thing where both players turn that up? I feel like there's a lot of potential, honestly, for this kind of an institution within Crossworlds. Maybe the developers didn't think of that. Wow,
Well, alright then.
what do you even say to that? But seriously, it occurred to me when I was doing this, like, how many of these NPCs I actually remember, like, none of them have had dialogue. They're all just there. And, like, I remember most of them. That feels notable somehow.
I mean, most of them are in extremely weird and out-of-the-way spots, so that does help.
Yeah, helps with the memorability a little bit. I do feel like some of them could have stood to have been a bit more grateful about, you know. Also, I don't know why, but Autumn's Rise stuff, the Autumn's Rise gifts in particular, all seem to have this habit of, like, everyone here requires you to come onto their screen from a different screen in order to get up to them. I don't know if that's just the developers trolling us again. But seriously though, like, I get that this is just like a random, cute little time-limited quest. But, like, you know, right? I feel like they could have made a tiny bit more of this than literally just having us go and drop 16 presents off.
It feels like this would have been substantially improved if it was like one present for each of the 4 areas, and then like that one person could actually have like some semblance of a conversation, maybe even like a tiny little quest or something? I don't know, just spitballing.
Man, they could have at least had a voice line. Now that I think about it, that guy definitely did have dialogue before. He's the guy who tells us about, like, hey, you need to come back here when you've got a better key. Also, this one definitely had dialogue before.
Wasn't she the one that told us to go away because we had literally, you know, on account of her literally hiding behind the boxes?
Yeah. Yeah. That is literally who she was. Naturally, she manages to find yet another way to make us feel slightly bad. At least she's consistent. Also, this one's kind of a mess because this guy is behind the house sprite. I was a little bit quick walking up to it, but I think the quest marker does actually poke through, so at least that's something. I'm honestly kind of surprised one of these wasn't the guy who just sells the overpriced sandwiches. Anyway, that's it. That's all of them.
I mean, does that guy deserve a present, though?
I mean, do any of these other people? I mean, I guess some of them do, but...
Some of them might. You don't know that. But the guy who sells us sandwiches definitely doesn't.
That's fair. Anyway, yeah, there is actually a boss in this quest. We have to go and fight it ourselves because, you know, obviously Holiday Man isn't good at punching. Why would you think Holiday Man would be good at punching?
Well, I mean, considering that everybody in this game is I guess theoretically he could be a pentafist, but basically everybody in this game is a throwing class, so, you know. Why would he be good at punching? That's not how you play this game.
Well, I mean, I feel like several NPCs we've met might vigorously argue that point. Anyway, this boss is probably a tiny bit interesting, but also he's scaled to level 20, so, like, I don't know what you want from me. You'll note that thanks to a combination of our focus build and me falling off a cliff, I've managed to almost die anyway.
This is probably not helped by the fact that we have fire. Like, can you do this before the temple? Like, before you have fire?
I don't know. I mean, you have to do Bergen Village. None of these presents have any markers on them, by the way. You've got to get to Bergen Village. I don't know if you have to clear Temple Mine before he appears. So maybe. I feel like being the higher level is a bit more of a factor than having the fire element, though.
Hi.
So yeah, this is, I guess, the closest we're gonna get to a plot twist here, which is that this guy's actually a player. This is not a Crossworld's Christmas quest.
Well, I mean, it was cute.
Yeah. And we got a hat out of it.
I appreciate that his hat has now disappeared on his sprite as well.
Oh, not only has his hat disappeared from his sprite, but it is not a piece of equipment, although I'm given to understand it actually was at one point. But then they invented the add-ons menu. And now we have a hat.
I see.
But that's not all. There is a second cosmetic item that we can get from him, but we can't get it until we have all 4 elements. It's not really very much of a thing, it's just some boots that add a sparkly effect and some sleigh bells when we walk. That's basically it.
That seems like a lot for a quest that you could stumble on in the beginning of the game and then get told, oh, no, actually, there's another piece of this, but you have to come back at the end of the game, and by the way, you can only access this quest for this month.
Are we?
You are cheating.
Anyway, I decided to refight Apollo for no real reason.
Hold it! Wait a minute.
By the way, the hat doesn't persist into cutscenes.
Missed opportunity.
Hold on! Hands in the air.
Anyway,
Wait a
obviously the reason I wanted to redo this fight is simply and for no other reason than just to get, like, a blind-ish take.
Hold it!
Like, this is, I'm just gonna do one take here. I'm not I decided not to edit this down at all and not to retry it. Just so you can see what it looks like when I'm not mashing the retry button. Maybe try one or two slightly different techniques, but mostly, I just wanted to see how I did.
Hands in the air.
And seriously, you have no idea how difficult it was not to interrupt that bit of dialogue. This is the first round at which he starts trying to intelligently dodge your guard arms, and whenever he does it, he always says a line.
You are cheating.
And him saying that line would always cut off his stupid joke about it getting hot. It was absolutely infuriating to capture that. I just want you all to know that.
I don't know if appreciate's the right word, but I'm going to tentatively say appreciate that every time you beat him, his immediate response is, like, the voice clip that plays is, "You must be cheating."
Yeah. I don't know exactly how they decide what voice clip to play. It does seem to always be static. Maybe that's just a giant coincidence, maybe it actually is random, I don't know. But, anyway, yeah, I actually lost a round. And it was the secret strategy round as well. That's what I don't quite believe. And yeah, note me continuously trying to land these bounce shots on him. He's real good at dodging, but you absolutely can hit him with the ricochets. By the way, after he does his quadruple mines, he will just run up to attack you, and that doesn't seem to... He doesn't seem to notice if you try and guard that. I don't know what it is about that attack that makes him so blind, but there you go. I'm also slightly disappointed it didn't occur to me to retry my pin body build and just block an entire one of his burn attacks. That probably would have just straight killed him.
I get the feeling that pin body just sort of bends this guy over your knee effortlessly.
Little bit.
Hands in the air.
Tiny bit.
Stay there.
Leah.
Hold on. You cheater. Hold on.
Yeah, these voice clips really are not working.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
Are you telling me that the setting called high quality voice acting was a lie?
Oui.
You know, it is high quality, that's for sure. I do not know if that was quite the intention they were going for, but...
The bitrate on those samples must be through the roof.
Au revoir. Excuse-moi. Sacre bleu.
Anyway, that's it. That's the video, folks.
Ah oui.
I hope you enjoyed it. Here to play us out, Caramel.
Well, that was definitely something.